pasta is bread, and I'm your boy Squints. Welcome back everybody to week number 4 of my Zero to Hero challenge, where I am pugging my way from 0 to 3k IO on a spec that I have never played before in Mythic Plus. This is my second Tyrannical week during this challenge. Last time I was struggling on an 18 Everbloom. I found Tyrannical to be extremely difficult during that week, but it was only my second week of actually healing as a Holy Paladin and healing in general as a role in Mythic Plus. So let's find out if I improved at all since that very first Tyrannical week. To kick it off, you know what we do? We go and open our vault, and this week's vault ended up giving me some nice 480 Mythic pants. Glad we didn't roll 3 cloaks, and glad that I got an upgraded that I actually needed. And we ended up pulling out a plus 20 Throne of Tides key, which I was amped about. I like Throne of Tides. I don't find it a hard dungeon. When I play with my friends in our Mythic Plus group, it's one of our preferred, so I was excited to hop in to a Throne of Tides 20 as my first Tyrannical key of the week. And boy, did I need a reality check. The tank was pulling like we were in MDI trying to win $1 million or something. I don't know what this tank was on, but this group for a plus 20 was not coordinated enough to be doing pulls like this during a bursting week. I don't know what he was on. I don't know if he was jacked up on caffeine, bro took a hit of something. I don't know, dude. This dude was just going bananas, and we ended up just bricking the hell out of this key. We didn't even finish it. We just didn't even attempt.
Daddy, chill.
I was just so overwhelmed with the amount of stuff going on and how chaotic the whole thing felt, alongside Afflicted as well. It was just way too much. I don't know what this tank was on. So we bricked it, and you know how it goes. I brick a key, I like going right back into the same keys. So we went into a plus 19 where things were going well, and then the tank went AFK for 3 minutes, and then he decided to be toxic at the end about the pools on the last boss, and it just turned out making someone rage quit, so we just didn't even finish it. And at this point, I was just frustrated. I just wanted some damn vault slots. I've spent an hour, almost an hour and a half in this dungeon, and I haven't even gotten a single vault slot yet for this week. I was fuming. So again, as you know, I'm a little crazy, so yeah, we bricked that key, didn't fill a vault slot, and of course, what do we do? I send it into an 18 Throne of Tides. We had no issues, but it was only a plus 1. I really wanted a plus 2 so I could just get back to 20s, because it's just about IO at this point. I need to start hitting and timing 22s to complete this challenge. Then we ended up sending it into a 19 Everbloom after that 18 Throne. It felt great since my last Tyrannical week. I didn't struggle whatsoever to heal the last boss. That was a huge win. You guys gave a lot of great tips that helped me out, and I just feel far more confident as a healer. It felt really good after going through the hellhole of Throne of Tides that I just went through to come out on top on an Everbloom that I struggled on during the last Tyrannical week. And that turned into a plus 20 Darkheart Thicket, which we ended up timing as well, but I don't know what was going on during this Darkheart Thicket. I could not help myself from standing in SWiRlYs on the final boss. We ended up wiping once, and then we ended up actually killing the boss here, but I was still just dying to SWiRlYs. I don't know. I think I just wanted some ice cream, you know, the little swirly ice creams. I don't know what it was. I was so attracted to SWiRlYs that day. I don't know what was going on. And out of that, we ended up getting a plus 21 fall, which I was a little nervous about because of the third boss, but we ended up just crushing this dungeon, and I felt super confident coming out of it. It felt actually awesome. We just one-shot the third boss where I thought we were definitely going to die. I did not anticipate dying on the last boss, which is what actually happened, but we were still able to time this dungeon. I just wasn't ready for how much I actually had to heal during the AoE phase where Chromie. Also, side note, can't stand Chromie. Used to not mind her as a character, but now she is on my list of the most annoying characters because the time waves are all out of whack. I can't stand it anymore. I can't listen to her anymore. I can't wait to get Fall and Rise out of the dungeon rotation because I just can't. The Horde and the Alliance are fighting again. Oh my gosh. Could be anything. I just can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. Morchi, you're my new fave. Short little gnome time wave person. I don't know what the heck you call them. But we timed this dungeon. That's all that matters. And of course, we timed this Fall 21. I'm feeling good. And guess what it turned into? Plus 22 Throne of Tides. Plus 22 Throne of Tides. Did you hear me? I just went through Throne of Tides hell. I've already ran this dungeon 3 times this week. And Blizzard, you give me a Throne of Tides key. I was freaking pissed. Everything was going smooth too until the tank just went and did a wild pull for no reason. And then we ended up wiping on the 3rd boss and people left. I love it. I love it. I don't think we're gonna time it, but again, I just want the damn vault slot and I would have taken the IO. So, you know what we do when we brick a key, we go into the same bricked key because it's my key. So we went into the plus 21 and it's official. I hate Throne of Tides now. I don't like it. I don't like it when I play with my friends. Even if they're imaginary, I don't like it. I do not like Throne of Tides. These pug groups have made me hate Throne of Tides. This dungeon's not that hard. There's a couple hard sections, I'll give you that, but I now officially hate Throne of Tides. Done with it. Literally hate it. Because then guess what? We bricked that key and we did the plus 20 Throne of Tides. At this point, I am so frustrated that I can't even decide what I want to do. I haven't been this frustrated at all playing Dragonflight until this moment where I bricked that 20 Throne of Tides. And then I said, let me save my sanity. I'll pug into an AD because we need AD for IO. And I must have been going crazy. I pugged into an AD. We run to the first boss. Someone pulled the dinos. I got all the dinos on me as aggro because, you know, they're pulling and I'm healing. So I bubble to protect myself, and then guess what? I end up getting the bite, and I forgot that I bubbled, so I tried bubbling to just immune the bite, and yeah, I died.
Embarrassing!
Guess what? The tank got bit and then died. And I want to note that I do not usually leave groups whatsoever. I usually stick it through. I was so mad from these Throne of Tides I've been running all week where I literally bricked 5 Thrones of Tides that I just left. I left right after that first boss. That is not like me. That is not my character, but I left. I was just so tilted. I just had to leave. I just had to leave. I could not do it any longer. So after me literally being tilted off the face of the planet, I said, let me take a breather. Let me do a 14 rise. I could use the worm crest to upgrade a piece of gear. I'll get 15. Let's just do it. And y'all are gonna find this hilarious, but it took over an hour to do that rise key. But I will say this is usually how I like to play the game. I like to share knowledge. If people want to stick around and power through the key, I will do it. And that was the vibe this group gave. They were very good vibes. So I ended up teaching everybody the fights, how to do it. The tank was new to the dungeon and I just didn't want to quit on them, although I was frustrated just a little bit. They were just full of good vibes and they wanted to complete the dungeon and get the key done and learn from me. So that was nice. It was fine that it took an hour, but it took an hour. So it's been a very interesting week so far. And the only negative of doing that for an hour was I didn't get enough crest to upgrade the gear afterwards. It was just, it was something, guys. It was something. But hey, at least now I have hopefully helped you run into one less pug group that may not know what's going on when you enter a rise key. So at least I did that for you guys. I did that key for you, So after that, I was like, let me just plug into my 19th Throne of Tide. What could possibly go wrong? I found the worst fire mage I have ever seen and played with. It was incredible. He said we weren't doing big enough pulls. My argument was, bro, you shouldn't ever be losing the tank and damage as a fire mage. And then, you know, right before the first boss, the evoker fat fingered. That's the 6th Throne of Tides that got bricked this week. Or that's the 5th. I don't know. We're just bricking Throne of Tides like crazy. So I ended up plugging into an 18 way crest. I needed it for the IO, and then I was hoping to swap my key. We ended up timing the dungeon. Wasn't anything crazy. I swapped my key, but got an 18 Everbloom that I, you know, obviously didn't need because we did that 19 Everbloom earlier. So I was like, let me plug into a plus 20 AD. Super easy. No one died to Dino or anything crazy like that. It was just nice to get a 20 AD on the IO. And then we went ahead and plugged into a plus 20 rise and we just missed the timer by 34 seconds. It's funny because today I saw that rise got nerfed and we probably would have beat it by that 34 seconds, but it was a pretty close run. Rise is a hard dungeon, but I'm glad everybody stuck around and we just missed the timer, so it's all right. Rise is honestly pretty challenging during Tyrannical. I will say that. I think it's one of the harder Tyrannical dungeons in my opinion. And I said, hey, let's just finish it off strong, and we ended up finishing the week week with a plus 20 Black Rook hold, and we plus 3'd it. You can actually check that video out. It's on my page, the full VOD. You can see how good / bad I am. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments of that video. There's no commentary or anything. It's just a straight VOD of that plus 20 I did. So that felt pretty good to finish off the week. And I think that was the last portal I needed as well. So I finally have all the portals. So that felt pretty good. We ended the week though with a 2736 rating. We also had a full mythic vault, and that felt pretty damn good. You know, after the long week, we got some IO. We're in the home stretch. We're now like 300, under 300 IO away, like 374 away, or 360. I don't math well. You tell me how many IO I am away from completing this challenge, but we're close. We're in the home stretch. And then we also have that full mythic vault, which is pretty sweet. We're gonna have 3 items to choose from. Hopefully we get something good out of it. This upcoming week though was not a big item level jump at all. We're just at 473. Nothing crazy to report in items at all from that. Before we go, I want to let you guys know that I will be releasing episode 5 next week, and then I'll actually be heading away on a little planned vacation that we've had for a while, where I'll be going to Brazil. So I'll be missing an entire week, maybe 2 weeks of trying to do this challenge. So I might be coming back and hitting this in the home stretch of really trying to finish this before the season ends. I'm confident that we're going to get it done. I'm feeling like I'm going to have a big week this week and get really dang close to 3K IO, complete this challenge. If you guys have any trips coming up or have any tips, comments, anything you want to share, any funny pug stories, please let me know. I'd love to check them out and read them and get back to you guys in the comments. I appreciate everybody. And don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell if you want a little bit more from your boy, and I'll see you all next time.